nobody really could understand it. But now it's very clear that there are clear potential black swan events.
What does change the market? Everybody's talking about a coming recession, right? Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. What does it? Is it a black swan event? Is it a presidential election? Like what changes the U.S. market globally, if anything, or what do you see coming?
So in my mind, the definition of a black swan event is nobody can ever predict it, right? So that
Yeah.
is the in fact the definition. So in my mind, right now, it has to be a black swan event, but it's actually more predictable this time than it was in 2008. This whole concept of, collateralized debt and all the stuff that happened in 2005 and 6 and wrapping up those collateralization things, nobody could have dreamed that up, right? So other than the insiders who knew, if you watch that movie, right, nobody really could understand it. But now it's very clear that there are clear potential black swan events, right? So, Japan's had zero interest rates for almost 20 years. There's all kinds of crazy stuff happening there where they're basically buying all of their own debt, right? So, they create debt and then the central bank buys it. So obviously this is a Ponzi scheme, and they call it a Ponzi scheme. Everybody knows it's a Ponzi scheme. So at some point it has to end. Well, that's a black swan event that's guaranteed, but I don't know if it's going to end today or 20 years from now. Don't know, right? Brexit is causing problems. The Eurozone has its own problems. Italy has more bad debt today than we had in 2008. So that by itself is a potential. Now, do we have a current black swan event in the US? No, unless it's a 9/11 type event, I think that we're in a very good place. So if there's no international black swan event that takes us into a global recession, the likelihood that we will have a recession the next year or two are actually very low. And the reason for that, once again, is we look to be so much better than the world economy that there's this support under us that is holding us up, even though our economy should have fallen apart by now, given that we've had 8 or 9 years of expansion. So I don't necessarily see a recession coming, but if it happens, yes, it'll probably be some sort of a black swan event, connected to something that happens outside the US.